Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is a Knight of Cups. Interesting to start it. It's always interesting to start with a court card, right? Because it could represent an older male energy in your life. It could be a father figure. Kind of getting more of a romantic vibe here because of this water energy, and because the Knight of Cups is always about the exchange of love and affection. The giving and receiving of love, and how we express love and how we are able to receive it, right? So let's see what's going on with this. Is it another person in your life? Is it an older male energy, perhaps a romantic interest, or maybe it could be a family member, I guess. Let's take a look. We've got a Two of Cups. We've got a Queen of Swords, a Six of Swords, a Ten of Swords, and an Ace of Swords. It could be that we had certain expectations in our lives. We had certain plans. And I wonder if this was a relationship that we really thought it was the one. And I feel like it wasn't. Okay? I feel like deep down you, and I don't know what the timeline is here. I don't know if this is something that's already happened or something that is currently happening. I'm not predicting anything for the future. I'm not saying that, you and this person are going to split or break up. That's not what I'm predicting. I feel like this is either something that's ongoing now with you, or it has already happened. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. I'm not predicting the future here. But it does seem like this was a very good match. That this was a true love situation, and the Ten of Swords up above it is something is threatening to come in the way of this, okay? And I don't know if this is some influence from outside, if this was maybe other people. I wonder if you've met someone, and maybe in this sense, maybe I'm speculating about the future a little bit here, okay? Because I kind of am starting now to think that you had certain expectations for what you wanted in your life. A certain plan, maybe a certain type of person, a certain type of life. Everything was kind of well thought out, organized, structured. We had an outline, we had a timeline, we had a plan. I feel like meeting this person, maybe you haven't met them yet. Maybe meeting this person and the true love at first sight, soulmate kind of feeling that you get is a little bit weird because it completely deviates from your plan. It goes against every expectation that you've had, right? And so maybe this is leading us to kind of rethink what we expect for our lives. Rethinking some of this Six of Swords energy. Rethinking the whole idea of having to map out or plan our future. Because this is what we plan. This is what we get. This is what we expect, and this is what actually happens. You fall in love. Or you meet with this older, it feels like an older male energy. And there's something really unexpected about it. There's something that really goes against everything you thought you believed or thought you knew, right? This could be a type of love, and it feels romantic to me. It could be platonic, could be family, could be a friendship, right? It could be some other kind of union a deeply emotional, spiritual union that is really kind of shattering what you thought you believed about the world, or about yourself even, about what you wanted, about where you're going. Let's finish up. 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. A lot of similar cards to the Virgo reading. Okay, and I shuffle just insanely in between readings. I shuffle for like 5 minutes straight as I'm preparing for the next reading. So this is significant. Now, there might be a very strong connection with a Virgo person in your life. Virgo feels like a strong energy for you right now, Sagittarius. Okay. I feel like there is this union that is taking place that is literally changing your worldview. It's changing the way you perceive things. It's changing the way you perceive yourself. It might even be changing what you feel you deserve or what you want in life. Especially when we look at the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. This is a big breakthrough, right? This is like, we never would have expected this to really give us this kind of clarity. You're experiencing something. Now, maybe this is just somebody, maybe some random person does something so extraordinarily good or nice, or you know what I mean? Like somebody really, really surprises the heck out of you to the point where it completely blows your world. It completely blows your mind. 10 of Swords just shatters everything we thought we knew about the world. Yeah. It could be one random act of kindness. It could be a small, subtle thing that completely changes your world. It could be a very big thing. This could be you really meeting that person that gives you hope for humanity. Makes you realize what you've been missing in your life. When we look at this stuff over here, these are things here that haven't been working. And it could be that through this interaction with this person, I feel like it's an older male person. I'm not getting any other information about them really. But I feel like that your experience with them brings to your awareness, really, that things haven't been that great. It's kind of like that interaction opens your eyes to the reality of what's really going on. Maybe you thought your life was going pretty well, but then you meet this person and you realize, wow, I've been missing out. We begin to see things for what they really are. 7 of Cups. This is us thinking that what was totally fine and perfect. Now we're realizing, I don't even want this stuff anymore. Completely changes what we understand about ourselves, what we understand about the world. And now we're really, by the end of it, right, with the 3 of Pentacles, understanding the process of creation on the physical plane. You understand now how much greater your possibilities are in this life. And this person, it just feels like they're an inspiration to you. Now, maybe that is someone that has passed. It could be an ancestor. But there's still this idea of something coming into your life now that's going to really open this awareness. We're getting this full enlightenment here with this Ace of Swords. It could be something from the past. It could be an ancestor or a spirit guide. It could be a loved one that has passed. But you're realizing something that they did. It's kind of like you realize that they set up this whole, like, I don't know, trust fund or something for you. And you're like, wow, like you had no idea, I don't know that that's it. There's not much of an indication of a financial component to this, a little bit with that earth energy. But I feel like somebody is doing something that is going to really blow you away and change the way you look at the world. Okay, let's select the mystery card. This is a bonus card, confirmation card. It's going to be random from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's make it interactive. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Okay. So what we don't see are any major arcana energies. To me, it feels like this is a situation where Spirit is kind of standing in the background. Spirit is the supporting the table. Spirit is the glue keeping it all together. But Spirit's kind of standing back and watching your reaction to this, right? Watching how this really blows your mind. This is like a sudden enlightenment. This is a sudden spiritual awakening. Okay, the Ace of Swords is that it's your mind blown. It is your head. You are stupefied, right? By this person, this gesture, by this feeling that you have with them. It could be that love at first sight that really changes the trajectory of your whole life. This could be the realization of one act, one gesture from someone, very unexpected, but it was exactly what you needed at that moment. This is realizing that your long-lost relative or long-past relative had set up something for you that now is coming your way. It's kind of a surprise that changes everything. Yeah. And the Two of Cups is about love. It's about something. It's about you connecting with something. So at first I was thinking, okay, what's going to be? Has something to do with your romantic situation currently. And yes, maybe it does. If you're currently in a relationship, this might be a particular gesture from your partner that is going to change the way you're looking at the relationship. You may be even having these doubts up here with this Ten of Swords, thinking this relationship is over. This relationship is just not going very well. It's not going according to plan. This is just, it's on its way out. This is something that's kind of failing, right? But then they do something. Then they make this gesture. It could be, it's one of these common tropes you might see in an old I Love Lucy black and white show. Remember that show? Where they, perhaps Lucy thinks that she's being lied to, that there's a secret being kept from her. And she thinks like she's being cheated on or something, right? She thinks there's this deception. But really, they're just planning her surprise party, right? And then at the end, she realizes that she was freaking out and going through all the hysterics for no reason. It kind of feels like that. It feels like we're thinking something's wrong with this. It's being destroyed. It's being ruined. It's crumbling to the ground. This whole life is being dismantled right now. But then this energy comes in and it's kind of like heals everything. And it almost is telling us that we've been worried for nothing. Yeah. That we've been looking at this thing like a complete disaster. But no, surprise, it's not. Yeah. So we can apply this to different things. That's the point here. And it's hard for us to get the objective viewpoint that we need. This is the Queen of Swords. It's hard to kind of untangle ourselves from the emotion that we feel when we're looking at the situation like this. It doesn't feel good. We think something's not working here. I'm being lied to. I'm being given the runaround. This is just, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe this is what's going on. I can't believe the world. It's hard to be objective when we feel like we're looking at a Ten of Swords. Maybe we think we are being objective. But the idea here is that things just did not go according to your plan. The timeline or the sequence of events is not exactly what you were thinking, right? And so we started to feel like it must be ruined. The plans are being destroyed. It's crumbling to the ground. Well, the realization, the enlightenment is coming, okay? In the form of this union, this connection, something coming your way, of you uniting with something in some form, okay, in some way. we can't always rely on our perception of things. So with the Queen of Swords down here, it feels like we're trying to be objective, but honestly, we really cannot be. So it's almost like, let's wait and see what happens. You know, let's not do anything rash based on what could be some faulty information. Okay. Now, let's go to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. All right. So let's look at this. This is kind of the way we've been perceiving the world. Seven of Cups, right? We feel like it's just kind of a toxic situation. We have this connection with our memories, the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. We feel like we're being objective, but really what we're doing is projecting our memories. Our memory of past trauma onto the present situation. So the current state of things looks like a 10 of Swords because that's what we're projecting onto it, because that's what we've experienced before. We think someone's cheating on us because that's happened before. We recognize the signs. We think we're being objective, but no, it's actually not what we think it is, right? It's something that is extraordinarily good. Okay. So right now, I feel like you're not really feeling your best about things. You've got the Seven of Cups, and to me, the Seven of Cups is like, don't start wallowing in this kind of sorrow just yet. In the sea of sorrow, right? Shout out to Alice in Chains. I think Lane Staley was one of the best vocalists ever in rock and roll, alternative music, at all ever. Wonderful voice, Lane Staley. Lost him too soon, that's for sure. But I feel like we've already resigned ourselves to this being a failure, and we're starting to now exist in that suffering, in that sorrow. You know, we're already in that, we're already down in the dumps about it like it had already happened, but it hasn't happened yet. It's still just a prospect. It's still what we believe is coming down the line. This is us expecting the worst, and this is us feeling like the worst has happened. It's already here. It's done, and now I can lament it. And now I can suffer, but it's something that hasn't happened yet. So that's really being caused by our Three of Swords. It's the expectation, it's the memory of what happened before that we're projecting onto the present, even though it hasn't happened yet. We're expecting the worst, we feel like the worst is happening. And, well, for all intents and purposes, to our unconscious, to our body, to our heart, it is happening now. We're feeling that pain now, even though it hasn't actually happened this time, because we're remembering when it happened, in the past. And so the difficult thing here is for us to just not live like it's already true. These three cards here is really us reacting to, responding to, and suffering through a situation that has not come about yet, which is the ending of this, whatever the relationship or whatever this kind of, whatever this situation is exactly. Okay. Now, I do feel that there's a connection with you and Greece. I don't know if your family is Greek, if you vacation there, or if this other person perhaps is Greek or from Greece. But there's a connection there with that country. Yeah. I don't know what that is quite exactly, but that connection is there somewhere for you. Okay. Also, who is the guitar player? I don't know. You, maybe. Maybe it's this other person. I almost feel like somebody wrote a song for you. Yeah? Yeah. Maybe the Greek person. Maybe they wrote a song for you. I feel that. The point with these three cards, this is the trifecta of misery right here. Right? And we are feeling miserable about something that has not taken place yet. But when this, and now if we hold out, if we wait for this, whatever this event is, whatever this union is, it's you coming together with something, an object, a person, a point in time, a place in space. That has given you the enlightenment that really is going to let you see the truth of this situation. They didn't lie to you. They didn't cheat on you, right? You're seeing things for what they are, and we realize that, oh gosh, I've been suffering or beating myself up. I've been lamenting and wallowing in this. I've been suffering for nothing because this did not happen. So the Three of Pentacles then coming next is the idea of understanding the implications of this. See, we understand now how this energy is really creating a different future. It's a different timeline than what we thought. And this is something that is in line with your ultimate goals and plans. It may just not have been according to your timeline. Things may have deviated from the way you were kind of expecting things to go. And that's part of it. Things didn't go according to plan. You immediately went over here into this just thinking it was all a disaster. Well, no, it's not a disaster. It's just it didn't quite go according to plan. Something else was in the works, something that you, in a way, Spirit's kind of testing your patience here to see if you jump to conclusions and then suffer the consequences of those assumed conclusions, you know. But now with the three, we're understanding the future, the purpose, the process now of what this is going to create with us. That we're realizing, no, this was part of the plan. You know, it may not have been strictly that timeline or that blueprint, but this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. July is a very important month for you. I don't know what's happening in July. Someone's birthday. I think a close person, maybe it's a Cancer person birthday for you. Something in July is very important. Okay. It could be the idea that maybe there are still a couple more months to wait. We're in February, March, April, May, June, 3-4 months. Yeah, maybe 3 months, June, July from now, is going to be when we can expect this to really make itself known. It feels like a long time to wait in this kind of energy, right? Assuming we already know the conclusion. It's not a foregone conclusion. It's something that we are projecting, something that we are expecting in such a degree that it really feels like it has happened already. It feels like it's inevitable. But this union, whatever this Two of Cups is, it's going to change the way you're perceiving everything. And we have to wait for this to come in before we react to something. Okay? I think it's very important right now. Because these cards, again, this is the trifecta of misery right here. And the Queen, sometimes the Queen of Swords thinks that, like I said, they think they're being objective. They think they already know the answers. You know, this is something that's proving you wrong in a very good way. Right? You're going to be happy that you were wrong about this. Because this is giving you really the future. This is allowing you to build. And maybe it is a partnership. Maybe it is the realization. It's kind of like, I don't know, that you thought somebody was out. You thought somebody had left. You thought somebody was no longer interested in building this life with you. No, they were just out collecting wood to come build this life with you. You know? And maybe there could have been some better communication. Sure. But I feel like we're getting very worked up and we're suffering for something that hasn't happened yet. And in fact, I think the way it plays out is going to be a lot different than how you expect it. Yeah. There's a connection with teaching. Spirit's showing me like a school teacher chalkboard. I don't know if you're in school or if you're a teacher, there's a connection with teaching somewhere in your life. Yeah. Sometimes these details come in and they seem like non sequiturs. I'm not sure how they relate to the reading. They connect with someone who's watching. They're meant for someone in the audience. And if those details aren't yours, don't worry about it. Leave them for the next person. They're here to offer validation, confirmation, and some synchronicity for some of you out there. Okay? It doesn't take away from the reading. It doesn't mean that the reading's not resonating with you just because those details aren't meant for you. You stay tuned. Keep watching. There will be details that will be meant for you. Okay? I'm trying to process as many of them as I can, but sometimes a lot comes through, and I got to kind of be the judge of how many is enough for one reading. Maybe we'll do a reading at some point, which is literally just letting all of those messages through, which means we won't really get to much tarot. Anyway, we do have a mystery card to talk about, so let's look at that now. Okay. And see, maybe this is a card of a future prospect. And see, it's interesting because I started off the reading saying, I'm not predicting the future. And then immediately Spirit says, here's what's happening in the future. It's funny how it works like that. I'm not in control of this energy or of this information. I relay it to you. I'm the messenger, And I think this is something that is happening now. That's the point. This is a snapshot of the current energy. But it's also kind of it's a perspective, of the future. It's not a prediction of the future, but it is showing where the state of things now, the energy that we have here now, this is the natural flow of that energy. Okay, and between now and then, there are infinite variables. If I took these cards up and I laid them back down, they would be different. There'd be some similar, same cards would come out, different order, some new cards, some cards would be missing, things change. Moment to moment, the energy is different. This is how it looks now. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it down in the comments. I want to see some more water energy. I want to see a 6, a 9, a 10 of cups. I want to see an Empress. I want to see the Temperance card, your power card. Yeah. Let's see what we have. A 3 of Swords. Maybe the 3 of Swords, maybe this is kind of a little bit of algebra. Maybe we can cancel these two out because we've got it again, right? The 3 of Swords really it is about the expectations. It's about the projection. It's about the memories, right? If we are expecting something bad, it's going to be bad. If and I think we're already feeling that this is here. It's already something that is a heartbreak. We're already feeling the loss. It hasn't happened. We're counting the chickens before they hatch, and those are chickens we don't want anyway. Yeah. I think the 3 of Swords is also kind of this idea of using our intellect, trying to use our rational mind, our psyche, to tell the heart, hold on a second. It looks like we're kind of skewering our heart a little bit here. I mean, literally in the card, but it's kind of like saying, okay, our heart is starting to feel like it's being torn out. Our heart is breaking already. But then psychically, mentally, intellectually, reasonably, rationally, we have to say, whoa, 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 heart. Why are you breaking now? Nothing has happened yet. Get a hold of yourself, And we say this to ourselves, and it's not that easy, obviously, because we're feeling that. But we have to try to manage that feeling. Because if we don't, if we're already suffering, if our heart is already broken, then it will stay broken. So we've got to try to suspend that kind of feeling until we see how this actually plays out. Okay? So again, I think we're feeling the heartbreak over something that hasn't happened yet. And we've got to try to at least understand that, so that when this really wonderful water energy comes in, it will be easy for us to recover from this, again, this trifecta of misery that we're in. Okay, so let's not let this get too severe that we don't realize when this takes place. Because this is strong enough to heal all of this, but we don't want to make it too hard, right? We want to try to make it a little bit easier. So I would like to see the Three of Swords kind of cancel each other out. That we don't invoke these feelings before the event really happens, right? Putting the cart before the horse a little bit there too, right? Anyway, this is kind of an off-the-charts reading for you, right? This is really strange. We're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around for that. There is a link at the end of the video. There's a link down in the video description. New readings for Sagittarius, usually Wednesdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.